moving on. On the line, the wondrous Brian Beleafs, animator, comic book artist, teacher, huge Leafs fan, does a comic strip every single Leafs game all year long. Puts it in a book at the end of the year. It's called Brian Beleafs. And what's going to happen as the Buds take on the Sabres tonight, Brian?
Leafs Sabres tonight, going down the QEW for another game against the Sabres. Exciting stuff. And Fred, tonight, Ilya Samsonov is back between the pipes.
Now, does that make you happy?
It does. I want him to succeed. I think every Leaf fan should want this guy to do well. The only way he's going to get the confidence back, it seems to be in between his ears somehow. He's got to get some wins together. Now, Buffalo's been struggling. Buffalo's been having a hard time. There's something going through their locker room right now, too. We know guys like Skinner are out tonight. So tonight is a good night to take advantage, get a win, start a nice little win streak going before Christmas.
So do you were saying yesterday that Buffalo always really brings it to the show when the Buds are in town. Do you think that's what we're going to see tonight? A real solid Tilly?
Like in the pregame media, Tage Thompson was asked about Toronto fans coming into the barn, and he talked about how annoying it is that so many Toronto fans make the trip down to Buffalo, and he said that they're going to go out of their way to try to silence us quickly. So I am hopeful the Buds saw that, get a little angry, get the fans in blue and white loud. Let's drown out those sad Sabre fans.
You know, when I actually went to Buffalo to see an Oilers game a few years ago, I would say half the jerseys in the place were McDavid jerseys. So it's probably the same. I don't think that Buffalo ever really has a big hometown advantage when they're playing in their own rink.
No, definitely not against the Canadian teams either. And it's pretty funny. I've been down there many times, and it's always a fun time in the Upper Bowl, and there is a lot of rowdy Leaf fans for sure.
So, my beautiful Oily boys, are they going to break that skid tonight in New Jersey?
They got to get it going. Now, Jersey's another team that's been having a bit of a harder time this season. I think a lot of people expected them to build on their success from last season and be one of the big contenders. It hasn't really happened. So we're looking at two teams that are trying to reverse the narratives around them lately. Oilers need to get it back on the rails. Tonight's the night. I think they're going to do it and deliver.
Now, why weren't they able to do that against the Islanders?
Well, goaltending has been a big thing in their problem for them. And the Islanders do like to check pretty hard, which is something that the Oilers have had a hard time against in the past. So I think it's a combination of those things. But absolutely, the goaltending needs to come through. Connor McDavid's injury woes are behind him. This guy's delivering points at a ridiculous pace. The goaltending has to do its part. Now, we heard earlier this week reports of Jack Campbell down in the AHL have not been going well. So it's not going to be any relief coming from old Jackie boy. It's got to be Skinner and whoever else that they end up bringing in, because I don't think it'll be Calvin Captain Picard for much longer in the backup spot.
So are you telling me that maybe the Leafs have another banged-up goaltender that they could sell the Oilers for a lot of money?
Yeah, if they want more $4 to $5 million goalies, I imagine Ilya Samsonov wouldn't mind a little change of scenery if things continue the way they've been going. But again, primarily, let's get him winning some games. Let's get that confidence back up. If he can do it here, that's great.